For this image, I was looking at a song that I often listen to when I'm painting, which is Teddy Swims' The Door. The idea of showing someone the door is like, telling them to leave, so the end of a relationship. And I have done a picture for this one before, but I never finished it. I did it on paper and I didn't like it, so I thought I'd start again. I started by drawing this shape that looks like the doorway with no door, which is interesting given the title of the song. It also looks like pi, which I've talked about before, stems from an open mouth symbol in hieroglyphs. So in my picture, this looks like the door to a temple that has water or sky behind it, things flying around it, a bowl on top, burning stuff, lava oozing out the sides. I think because of that reference to the mouth, there's a reference to speaking and possibly this opening the mouth ceremony or whatever it was called from the Book of the Dead. I kind of also like the way that it looked upside down, the way that it looks like there's a creature stood looking up into that void essentially. And then the water looks a bit like the shape of a face or even a body. There's different squiggles in what is the water or the sky here. So like ripples. There's what looks like a letter H off to the right. In white, slightly above that, there looks like this female figure just hanging out. I kind of see that idea of pulling form out of like the primordial waters perhaps. So there's different birds or glowing things. Kind of think this looks a bit like a starfish. It's got that Janus 2 head type idea again. And beneath that, there's somebody looking up to it, flying on, I'm going to call it a finger. I don't think it is. There's just another view of that. It looks like two heads on there, actually. Let's pretend it's the John sign with two fingers. There's someone flying on a fiery cloud with like a helmet on the left. Flames whipping around their head. The door isn't remotely damaged by any of this fire, which would make sense if this is referring to speaking or singing. And then there's this other sort of flamey slug type creature that's got different symbols inside it. People dancing at the bottom, grumpy face at the top. The bowl that's on top, kind of this greeny aqua colour. It's almost like the bowl itself is made of water with flames flickering on top. You can kind of see people inside the flames. That's just the other side of it. I can see someone there with a cloak. And there's these symbols on the lintel, is it, of the door? Interestingly for me, I've left the bottom half of this picture white, which I very rarely do. I wanted to leave room for potential. Whether consciously or not, Teddy Swims be a reference to Theodora. Jesus is quoted as saying, "I am the door," and Mary is also known as the Gate of the Dawn, which could connect back to Newt with the idea of the passage of the sun, which could be what this is showing as well in a cyclical motion. You know, one day I might draw a normal picture and just say something completely normal, like this is just a tree, nothing else. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe.